Hi there, my name is Caroline and welcome to Caroline's Handmaids. And this is a video about my latest toy, a pattern projector. I decided to take the plunge into using a pattern projector because I am a big indie pattern girl. I just tend to reach for indie patterns because they're very size inclusive. They tend to, whatever the blocks these indie patterns companies use, they fit me better than the big four. And their instructions are most often stellar. Again, these are all my opinions. I just like indie patterns for those reasons. And then I was watching Zelda from Zelda Sews. My very good friend Zelda, we text and we call each other. And I saw her video, but before I saw her video, I was watching her channel, I noticed her projector in the back. And then I texted her real quick and I said, Zelda, I want to know what projector you're using and tell me some things about it. She not only texted me in like 2 shakes of a lamb sale, but she sent me all the links, all the information so fast. It was unbelievable. And then I looked at some of the videos, and she also created a video for me and sent it real fast on how to set it up. And she told me not to worry, it's really easy. So I went to eBay. She said she got hers. I think, Zelda, correct me if I'm wrong. She said she got it from eBay. So I went straight to eBay and I got exactly the one Zelda had, which is look at my projector, which is the Epson Brightlink 595 WI. And it came with a remote and the cords and everything. I like the remote option, by the way, because it's so easy. It makes things easier with the remote. And I set it up, and Zelda also gave me the website, which is, let me go to my computer here, pattern projectors, yeah, patternprojector.com. I'll put the link in the description. So I did that. I received it from eBay. I think I spent $150. And it came really fast. It came, not that fast. It took a week, 7 to 10 days, I think, to come. And my cat is meowing to let go. And then there's a storm coming, and I'm not gonna let her go out. Anyway, so I bought the pattern projector, and it's here. So I watched some videos from patternprojector.com. I set up my pattern projector. Very easy to set up. Hooked it up to my laptop, very easy again. And then I watched a couple of videos. I'm not gonna give you all this information because everything you need about this is from these wonderful people who've taken the time to make patternprojector.com and give us all this information. And you could they have, I think, a way of giving them back. You can give them funds to keep going, with what they're doing. So I went to their website. It's such an easy calibration. It's just projecting your pattern, projecting it onto the cutting board. I'll actually try and stop this and show you how to calibrate. And but I don't want to put out information that's already there, and lots of people have done this. So I've already cut out a few patterns, and now I am going to turn the camera around and show you what my projector looks up. I actually have it set up on my huge cutting table, and I have it mounted on 6 hardbound cookbooks. Because I wanted it, I even got Zelda sent me a TV stand which didn't work for my room, only because I am limited in space. So I am going to turn the camera around and show you how it's set up first. So let me see if I can turn this camera around. How do you switch this? So here is my projector, and it's set up on all these my cat's watering bowl is right there because she likes to jump out water bowl, but yeah, so not probably, so there it is. It's set up on these boards on the cookbooks, and right here is my laptop right on the other side, and then there's my TV. And then let me see if I can bring back this camera and show you how it looks on the cutting board right there. I actually have a pattern. You can see here the pattern I'm trying to project right there. And it's on the projector stand. And now I am going to put this on pause and go into the pattern projecting calibration. So I am not that savvy with all these recording business, so that's why you're going to see a lot of cuts and pauses. So here is the pattern projector, the calibration tool here. All you have to do is hit. Don't look at all that, because you go to the website and get all the information you need. So all I'm going to do is hit the calibrate button, which is right there. Hit it and click on it, and then you get a box here with the mat, right? And then they say you can choose, it doesn't have the largest size you can on your mat. So I did put my width of 24 inches inches wide and 18 inches in height. And all I'm literally going to do is match the corners on my mat. That's it. And once it's done, I just hit the calibrate button. So I am going to pause here, set up my camera, and show you how I match the dots. You just drag these lines, you'll see these matte lines, and then you just make sure they're all lined up. You have to situate your projector in the right way. I needed to mount it up a little bit more, and I needed to tilt it forward so I could get the largest. I put a book under, a small little post-it note kind of thing under my machine, so that I could get a little bit more of a tilt. And once you once you calibrate it, you don't have to keep calibrating it every time. And yeah, so I know I'm off camera, but I just wanted to show you. I'm going to pause now and then get my camera situated so I can show you how easy it is to calibrate it on the mat. Okay, so I'm sorry about that noise. It's the noise from the projector, but you don't actually hear that fan. It's just because the phone is very close to the projector. So I have my screen open on my laptop, and you do have to enter. There's an icon there that says actually you have to enter in full screen mode, and all I'm going to do is match these points each in the four corners to the width I had set it up there, which is 24 inches in width and 18 inches in height. So I am going to go here off screen here and then show you how I did that. So I'm going to, you'll see my handles move. Bring it down to 18 on the left here. I brought it down to the 18 here. Then I'm going to drag the side here and bring that down here to 18 as well on the right hand. Okay, now I'm going to bring it, because I wanted it to be 24 in width, so I'm going to bring my whole line over to 24. Okay, bring my corners up to the 24 right there. And now I'm going to bring this bottom line to right there. And then going to bring this one to the 24. Oops, come on. Sometimes you really have to fool around with it, but once you get it, you are done. So I got it 18. Oh, I gotta bring it up. I thought I was in the right, but I was not. I gotta bring it over 1 more inch. There you go. Then I'm gonna bring this bottom here to 24, and this side here there you go. So I see here it's 18 in length, 24 inch, but this one right here is not quite at the mat, so I have to bring it down a little bit. You know, it's almost there, but not quite. Okay, done. This is now calibrated. All you have to do now is go to your laptop. There's another button you hit was project. So all I'm going to do is project it. Hit project, and here is my pattern piece that I already had open. This one is the what is it? Pattern Emporium lyrical shirt. I already cut out one piece last night, and then time is very short for me these days because I've got, like all of you, I also have a lot of stuff. I'm actually in the middle of taking care of my mother, who is already not really, she's only 72, but she's been going through a lot of health issues. So here you go. See, I cut out the front bodice. There are so many options with Pattern Projector. You can actually put together, you can stitch. If you don't have the projector file, you can stitch the PDF pattern together and project it. They actually have a tutorial on how to do it. If you don't have the projector file, you can use the AO. I haven't done that yet, but I've seen the video. So, you know, I'm gonna fool around this time. So this is one piece that I already cut out. You can also lengthen and shorten the garment. There's a tutorial on how to do that and how you can break it up with these adjustment lines here. You can break it up and add inches to it or subtract. You can do so much. The patternprojector.com has so many videos. This is just, and then now I'm just gonna keep you right here and then go back to my screen and pick up another piece, okay? And now you can just zoom out and get all the pieces you want. And let me pick up another piece that I could cut up for you, maybe a quick one. Let's see. Was it this? Yeah, the back yoke right here. See that back yoke? And you can actually change the thickness of this line right here. So I'm going to take this so you can see the back yoke right here. So what I'm going to do is get my fabric. From here, I get my fabric. Since it's just, I'm just putting it on this. I should have cut it on the back, but now that I cut all my pieces, the other piece, I just realized that I cut the other piece with right side up. So there you go. Once I did that, I gotta continue on with right side up. Otherwise, I'm just going to mess the whole thing up, I think. Well, maybe not, because it was a square. So I'm gonna just flip it over. Project the pattern piece right here. Now you gotta have this pattern piece quite straight, otherwise it seems wavy. So what I found was to have a lot of pattern weights. I actually use sometimes my dumbbells to keep it from, you see what I'm saying? Because look at that. If you don't have it straight, you see the lines are a bit wrinkly, right? So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you one piece, and then see that how you straighten it out. You can actually, if you're if you find these lines are too thin, you can actually increase the thickness of the line too. So I have a lot of these. I got these tiles from Home Depot for really cheap, you know, inexpensive, not cheap, inexpensive. And I use them as pattern weights because they lay flat, right? They lay, and it's a lot of, there's no gap in the fabric. So I'm just gonna set it up like this. But you can actually have something cut up in no time because you're not cutting out a pattern. Even if you were, okay, I'm just talking about myself, even if I was using an indie pattern, I would have to cut the pattern pieces out. And then look, I put that all there, but sometimes you got to keep it from waving. So what I do is I stretch it out even on the outside. So I'll put something else here. Let me see, what can I get? What do I have? Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna get a 5-pound weight, maybe. Okay. Or maybe a book. A book would keep that flat, not a weight. Yeah. So you get the idea. Sorry, I'm like, okay. I think I got this correct. Yeah. So you have your piece projected right there. Now all I'm going to do, excuse me while I walk around my room, and then cut it out. And this was the back yoke. So I'm going to hold it so it's taut, and then go. Yay, go Caroline, go. There you go. And I was thinking, you know, when we have a printed pattern, we have things already, the pattern pieces are marked, right? And you can keep it together with your piece. In this case, our pattern pieces are not marked. So what I am going to do is go to Hobby Lobby. The last time I was at Hobby Lobby, I saw that they have a really inexpensive masking tape in different colors. So you don't really need different colors. And then label them as I cut. So see there, I'm missing that line because my hand's in the shadow. I mean, so I'll go this way just to keep it. There you go, all done. There is my back yoke. It says cut back yoke, cut 1, and that's the center back. And that's all I need. So for right now, since I don't have, I can't believe I don't have masking tape at home. So all I am doing is getting a Post-it note. A Post-it note, and I'm just saying back yoke. And I'm just going to write Pattern Emporium. There we go. Just in case, but you know, and then just attaching it. So this is a Post-it note, it's not going to stick to my fabric. So I'm just going to get a paper clip, do that. So there you go. That is my short and simple way of using my pattern projector. But it's easy. This did take me a day or two to learn how to calibrate it, to get it in the right position that I wanted to. But that is, let me move the camera over. So I hope you liked this video. It's not anything professional. I'm just sharing what I learned from patternprojectors.com. And I wanted to mix it all and jumble it all into one video, but I think this one will do for now. And then I will do a regular Friday sews or something else later. But I hope you liked my video. And if you did like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like. Take care, and God bless you all.